and welcome to Nerd Central Continued, Nerd Central's pseudo after show. Let's go straight to the next installments of Digital Dreams, Anime Academy, Taking a Bite, and a special bonus episode of Behind the Magic.
Hello and welcome back to Digital Dreams. 2014 was the 15th anniversary of the original Digimon adventure, and Japan was prepared to celebrate. My wallet, however, was not. I bought this, and this, and this, and this, and probably some other stuff, and now you know why I don't have money anymore. As part of the celebration, a new Digimon anime was announced for spring 2015, although it would later be pushed back to the fall. The series would return to the adventure universe we left behind in 2001, or 2003 if you're into the whole audio drama thing, and explores the lives of the original 8 main characters as they adapt to the struggles of being both a world-saving monster battler and also a Japanese high school student. Digimon Adventure Try, as it was titled, is not really a series, but 6 theatrical films that run anywhere from 80 to 100 minutes. The first film, Reunion, focuses on Tai as he contemplates how complicated life has gotten and how it's difficult for his friends to get together in one place anymore. It also introduces Mako, a transfer student who is also a Digidestined. She takes sort of an unofficial 9th spot on the team, even though Season 2 kind of implied that Ken and his brother were meant for that position, so I guess she's just here. Mako is designed to be the opposite of Kari, and more relatable to a typical female Japanese student. So she's timid, blends into walls, and breaks her glasses a lot. Cool. Also, her name is Mako, and her partner's name is Meikuamon. So we're off to a creative start. In true not Kari fashion, this one is also a cat, but not a black Gatomon like you'd probably imagine. In fact, the orange and black reminds me of another Gatomon subspecies introduced just last season. And they're called Micamon? That's so close to Mako, why not just use that? And don't tell me it's because Micamon evolves from the same lineage as Gatomon, because Meikoamon's previous forms are never shown on screen. Likely because they're direct recolors of Neramon and Salamon. That being said, I applaud Toei for deciding to make Mako a girl to balance out the male-heavy gender dynamic. Good job, Toei! Now make a series where the girl wears the goggles. I'd pay top dollar to watch a female-led Digidestined team. Try is a complicated subject. It was really exciting the first movie or two, and then it just sort of goes off the rails. On the one hand, we got to see the adventure version of Omegamon fight Alphamon, which was something we'd wanted to see since the introduction of Alphamon in the 2005 film Digital Monsters X Evolution. The adventure kids get back in the spotlight after being sort of shelved for the second season, and all their partners get a Mega Evolution, which was something we were deprived of with the exception of the PSP game that released about 2 years prior. On the other hand, Try's too hard. We've got the calligraphy/career planning teacher revealing that he's one of the original 5 Digidestined from the Legend in Season 1, whose partner becomes one of the Sovereigns featured in Seasons 2 and 3. He works for a Digimon tracking organization very similar to the ones in Seasons 3 and 5, but his ex-girlfriend is working for the same villain as Season 5, so she can reboot the digital world and get her sacrificed partner back. Where were all of these people when Myotismon attacked in 1999? Where were they for all of 2002? Speaking of 2002, the Season 2 characters are written out completely, except for the Digimon Emperor who... Wait, what is he doing here? Ken's a good guy now. Oh, okay, no, Ken was written out too. This guy is... the wise old man from the first 2 seasons? No, he's been written out too. This guy is an evil clone of the wise old man from the first 2 seasons, created to serve the villain from the 5th season. Okay. And Meikoamon is dangerous because she contains data from Apocalypse. Okay, whatever. We also see the return of some really painful stuff, like the mysterious unexplained voice from the first season who reveals their name to be Homeostasis, or the Dark Ocean from the 2nd season. Remember that? The plotline that got dropped within 2 episodes because the staff thought it was too depressing? Let's bring that back. And still not explain it. I just recently learned that the screenwriter for that episode is actually the head writer for Tamers, so if you're looking for closure, you know where to go. But do you see what I'm getting at? It's like they bunged in everything under the kitchen sink because Digimon is Digimon, right? I also really don't like the animation style in these films. It's not the first time we've tried something different, and it won't be the last, but to me, the sports anime style of Data Squad is much more fitting than whatever this is supposed to be. The original designs for Digimon Adventure were meant to mimic Akira Toriyama's designs for Dragon Ball and Dragon Quest, and this... I don't even know what this is. Even Omegamon Merciful Mode leaves me divided. I like the new mode change, I like the wings replacing the cape, and I like the weaponry designs. But I don't know how I feel about the monochrome color scheme. And it sorta messes with things in the story, too. If Omegamon is so much stronger in this form, why did the old Clockshop Man and Hunter summon the 12-year-old Digidestin instead of their 17-year-old counterparts? And since we've shelved the Season 2 characters in favor of a final battle with the Season 1 characters, doesn't all of this sort of invalidate the big passing of the torch moment from the 4th movie? It's all very troublesome, and not exactly the continuation of the story we'd hoped for. If I'd been in charge, I would have just moved on. Instead of trying to retroactively tie all this stuff back to a 15-year-old story, just write a new one. Because as it stands, the project really just serves as a vehicle for character development as the kids become adults. Speaking of becoming adults and bringing back old plots, Dark Genai has not been defeated, but instead vows to return with a villain from the first season and a villain from the second. We just did this. We just did this. And this is the 3rd time this dude's shown up. That's it! I'm done! Anyway, they've announced a 20th anniversary movie. It takes place 5 years later. That's all we know right now. Let's hope this one is good. Check back next week for a new Digital Dreams when we cover an entirely new type of Digimon. Hope to see you there.
Hello and welcome to Anime Academy. This segment we will be discussing mech anime, or mecha, and why they tend to be so popular. Mecha anime are about as self-explanatory as you can get. It is an anime about mechs. The concept has been around since anime has been around, and that's a very long time. They usually have long portions of the show taking place in the cockpits of the giant robots. They also tend to follow the shonen formula, to the letter. I personally do not find them too interesting, but there are a few that are pretty good. One example of a mech show that is extremely popular is Gurren Lagann. In the show, humans are trapped underground by alien creatures called beastmen, who pile big robots. This show is all about the power of friendship and banding together to defeat the enemy. I don't want to spoil any more, so I'll leave it at that. Another great example is Code Geass. In this show, mechs are used by people in the military against terrorists. This show is unique because it has smaller mechs and they tend to be more uniform in their design. Since they are used in an army, they have a similar look because they were mass-produced. These two examples show what mech anime tend to have in common: big robots. They all follow a standard of big robots, big space wars, or global conflicts. These two are great examples of how mech shows always have a few things that stand out from the rest. They tend to have a similar setting or conflict, but they tend to have one or two things that are vastly different. An example would be Spiral Power in Gurren Lagann, or the Geass in Code Geass. A lot of people dislike the idea of mech shows because they think having the character confined to little cockpits all the time is boring, or they think giant robots fighting is cheesy and dumb. No matter the reason, I urge you to give one a shot because you never know if you'll find a show you love. This was Drew from Anime Academy, and thank you for watching.
Good evening and welcome to Taking a Bite with me, Katie. Last week I put Deep Blue Sea up against Malibu Shark Attack, and Deep Blue Sea was once again our winner. This week I will be putting Deep Blue Sea up against the Meg. Who will come out on top? That's what we are here to find out. The Meg is about a group of marine biologists who believe they can dive lower than the Mariana Trench. As they get below the trench, a wall-like surface breaks through, letting creatures from below free. They soon realize that a megalodon shark has escaped from down below. The scientists go and hunt for the shark. As they catch the shark, they find out that there is not just one shark, but two, and the other shark is twice the size of the first one. This shark causes their ship to capsize and even kills a couple of their crew members. With the loss of multiple scientists on their minds, the rest head back to the headquarters. While they are back at the headquarters, they try and come up with a plan to get rid of the second megalodon. The megalodon is seen at a very popular beach when the scientists go to kill the shark. What I like most about this movie is the shark. The CGI in this movie is insane. The shark looks so real, even at the gigantic size they are shown in. The detail to the actual shark is crazy. I really like this cast. I think that they are all great, but who really makes this movie is the main character, Jonas, played by Jason Statham. He plays the perfect hero in this movie. He really isn't a scientist, he's more of an expert diver. I like that he takes what he does seriously, but not in a way that makes you annoyed with him. He also has an I don't really care attitude, which balances out his serious side. I feel like the situation in this movie is almost taken too seriously though. I mean, how seriously can you take a movie about a group of scientists killing two sharks? That's what most shark movies are about. I do like the comedy in this movie. There are good punchlines and the cast banter back and forth is so funny. I see a true connection between Deep Blue Sea and the Meg. They both do have underwater headquarters. The only difference is instead of a bunch of smart sharks, there are two giant megalodons. Alright, it's that time again. It's time for another Shark Showdown, Deep Blue Sea versus the Meg. Who will be tonight's winner of the Shark Showdown? Can I get a drum roll, please? This might come to a surprise to some of you. The Meg is tonight's winner, ending Deep Blue Sea's 3-week streak. As I mentioned before, these two movies are similar, so it really came down to who had the better sharks, and the sharks in the Meg are just too good. Tune in to Taking a Bite next week, where I will be putting Deep Blue Sea up against Jaws the Revenge.
Hello and welcome to an extra episode of Behind the Magic. My name is Raylan. With finishing the Harry Potter series, I wanted to take a look at what all the actors were up to. To see that, go to the regular show of Nerd Central. During my research, I had found that we had lost a lot of fellow wizards. Let's take a moment to raise our wands for those fantastic actors who have passed away since the Harry Potter films.
Master, creature lives to serve the noble house of Black.
Bloody Baron!
Read this to your body.
The rules are absolute. The Goblet of Fire constitutes a binding magical contract.
I don't know. Me and my dad don't get on. Probably because my dad says potions are rubbish. It's the only potion worth having. It's a stiff one at the end of the day.
Dispatch an owl to the Daily Prophet. If we hurry, we should still make the morning edition. Dawlish, Shacklebolt, you will escort Dumbledore to Azkaban.
You see, only a person who wanted to find the stone, find it, but not use it, would be able to get it.
Come on, Dudley, we're off.
Anything off the trolley, dears?
Hawthorne. And unicorn hair. 10 inches. Reasonably pliant.
Yeah, take it away, Ernie. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Who's this man?
password?
It's Caput Draconis.
Ah, Hagrid. Usual, I presume?
No thanks, Tom. I'm on official Hogwarts business. Just helping young Harry here buy school supplies.
Bless my soul. It's Harry Potter.
You dare use my own spells against me, Potter? Yes. I'm the half-blood prince.
We all know that when us Potterheads get together, we always talk about our favorite parts of the films. There's 8 full movies of some really awesome moments, but here are some that really stuck out to me.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
Curious. Very curious.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
You're a little scary sometimes. You know that. Brilliant, but scary.
Dobby!
Stop, Dobby.
Dobby! Let's all throw books at Myrtle because she can't feel it. 10 points if you get it through her stomach. 50 points if it goes through her head.
Why, spiders? Why couldn't we follow the butterflies?
Voldemort is my past, present, and future.
Master has given Dobby a sock.
What? I didn't...
Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free.
Irony, little old lady at 12 o'clock.
Think, Neville, think.
Ridiculous!
Wander the ready, Ron. Wander the ready.
Ridiculous!
Amazing! Just with my voice. Amazing.
Fortuna Major.
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Hermione, no! He's not worth it.
Bloody hell.
There's no one like Crumb.
Crumb? Dumb Crumb.
He's like a bird the way he rides the wind. He's more than an athlete. He's an artist.
Think you're in love, Ron?
Very special guests as well.
You said!
I teach you to curse someone when their back is turned. You stinking, cowardly, scummy,
Professor
back-shooting,
What are you doing?
teaching.
Mum sent me a dress. Well, it does match your eyes. Is there a bonnet? Aha!
Your right hand on my waist.
Where? We'll be the only ones on you without dates. Oh. Can't we run away? Look, we've just got to grit our teeth and do it. Tonight when we get back to the common room, we'll both have partners. Agreed?
Agreed.
Oh!
You're not going mad. I can see them too.
Put me down. Now.
No, enough! I will have order.
Will you stop eating?
Had ourselves a little late night snack, did we?
It was on your bed, the box. I just thought I'd try one.
Or 20.
Dragon tartar.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Just as well. They give one horribly bad breath.
Oh, second thoughts.
Why is it, when something happens, it is always you three?
Believe me, Professor, I've been asking myself the same question for 6 years.
Where's my 1-1? Has he been asking for me? What's she doing here? I might ask you the same question. I happen to be his girlfriend. I happen to be his friend. That made me laugh. You haven't spoken in weeks. I suppose you want to break up with him now that he's suddenly all interesting. He's been poisoned, you daft dimbo. And for the record, I've always found him interesting. Ah, see? He senses my presence. Don't worry, 1-1. I'm here. I'm here.
My knee. My knee.
I'll set the bloody place on fire! Die for them, Harry! I'm gonna kill you!
Morning.
You're actually giving us permission to do this?
That is correct, Longbottom.
To blow it up? Boom!
Boom!
I've always wanted to use that spell.
Not my daughter, you...
Yeah? You and whose army?
Thank you for joining me in this extra content episode of Behind the Magic. Join me next week as we adventure into a new part of the Harry Potter world, Fantastic Beasts. My name is Raylyn, and this was Behind the Magic.
Thanks, guys. That's going to do it from Nerd Central Continued. You can check out all episodes of Nerd Central Continued, and all of the other KNWT shows by clicking right over here. Plus, you can check out this week's Nerd Central right here. See you next week.